Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Gifty. A warm and pleasant welcome to you, and to all our returning subscribers, thank you so much for the love and support. In today's video, we are making some delicious chocolate banana bread. This is a quick bread and filled with so much chocolate. Absolutely delicious. Incredibly delicious. Let me run you through the list of ingredients and let's get started. For the ingredients, you need 3 bananas, medium to large size. If you're using a small size banana, then you need 4 bananas. So the riper, the better. You need 1 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 large egg, 1 cup of chocolate chips. Then you need half a cup of sugar. I'm using brown sugar instead of white sugar. You can also use your white sugar or any sweetener of your choice, or you can choose to omit the sugar. Then you need vanilla extract. I have half a cup of oil, salt to taste, a teaspoon of cinnamon. Then I have a teaspoon of baking soda and half a teaspoon of baking powder. You also need your baking vessel, and then I have the oven preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Alright guys, so I have my 3 bananas here. I'm going to peel them, and the riper, the better. That way you're able to control the amount of sugar you put in your bread. And that's the great thing about baking at home. I'll go ahead and break the bananas and put them in the bowl, and I'll go ahead, finish peeling them, and I'll catch up with you. I'll go ahead and mash it with a fork. You can also use a potato masher. Alright guys, so this is our mashed bananas. I'll now add in the egg. This is a 1 bowl affair, so everything will go into the same mixing bowl, meaning less dishes to do. I'll now add in the sugar and mix it until everything is well incorporated. We'll now drizzle in the oil and mix it thoroughly until everything is nice and creamy and looking delicious, of course. It's now time to add in the salt, so we'll go in with a teaspoon of that and a teaspoon of cinnamon. You can choose to leave the cinnamon out, but it adds that really nice flavor to the bread. And also I'll add in a teaspoon of vanilla extract and give it a thorough mix. In with the baking soda and the baking powder. With that, I am going to sieve it just so if there are any lumps in there, it will not get into the bread, because once it gets in there, you have lumps in there, it tends to be sour when you bite on that side. So we'll make sure everything is nice and smooth, and then we'll give it a nice quick mix. And at this point, I'll also switch to a spatula and make sure I mix everything that's on the side and get it all at the bottom, and make sure everything is well combined. It's now time to add in the flour, so I'll add it in portions just so we don't overmix the bread, because we want the bread to be nice and moist and delicious, right? So I'll add in a little bit at a time, give it a mix, and I'll continue adding until the flour is finished. I will now switch to a spatula and mix it thoroughly together, making sure not to overmix, of course. And also you want to scrape everything on the side and the bottom and make sure there's no flour at the bottom. So we'll continue mixing until everything is nicely mixed together. It's now time to add in the chocolate chips. So I have here a cup of chocolate chips, and I added a little bit of flour to the chocolate chips, and I'll give it a quick mix, and that will enable the chocolate chips not to sink to the bottom of the bread whilst it's in the oven baking. So you want to do that so all your chocolate chips don't sink to the bottom. So we'll add it in and fold it into the batter gently. So here's our batter, very nice and chocolatey. And I have my baking vessel prepped with some oil. I will now transfer the batter into my baking vessel, and then I will smooth out the top a little bit with a spatula, and then tap it onto my working surface to get any air bubbles out of the batter. Once I'm done with that, I will sprinkle a few more of the chocolate chips on top of the batter. And this will go in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 50 to 60 minutes depending on your oven. So I'll put it into the oven for 15 minutes. 15 minutes is up, so I'll check with the toothpick to see if this is done. I couldn't get the camera to focus, but I still had some wet batter on the toothpick, so I'll put it in for an additional 10 minutes. Alright guys, so our banana bread is out of the oven. It's looking delicious, looking very chocolatey, very nice and golden brown. So it's been cooling for about 10 minutes in the baking vessel, so I'll now take it out and let it cool completely. Still a little warm, so we're gonna have the crumbs. Let's give it a taste. This was absolutely delicious. I hope I have given you a reason to subscribe, to comment, to like the video, and share with your family and friends. Just look at how moist that is, guys. You have this as a snack or for breakfast. It's not too sweet, just the right amount of sweetness. So good. That's why I use the brown sugar. Alright fam, and that is it for today. I really hope you give this recipe a try. If you do, tag me on Facebook and on Instagram as Cooking with Gifty. Also, don't forget to please like the video, comment on the video, and share with your family and friends, and that helps me out a lot. So until we meet again, remember to stay blessed, stay out of trouble, and be well. Bye y'all.